What's going on, people? How you doing? TK Pryor, Mr. Finance, coming at you. And today I just got to talk to you about stability and just the state of the economy. And you know what? I really try to come at this from a layman's terms because there's a lot of people that I follow that have all of the titles and the degrees, but there are not very many people talking about it from a you and me standpoint, an everyday person, right? And some people feel intimidated or don't take interest in this subject matter when it comes to just everyday people. You know, how does it affect the everyday person? I'm the everyday person because, you know, I grew up in Compton, California. I come from the same environment that a lot of people are victimized within. And this conversation, like I said, is what people don't want to have. The news tells you that everything is fine, the economy is great, the stock market is a bubble, companies are doing stock buybacks. You know, Trump just gave us a tax cut, but the tax cut typically, historically, have always helped the upper middle class. And none of that money goes to you, the average person. You know, I've been on my job for 6 years, and every year I consistently lose money. So the amount of money I make per year has consistently gone down over the past 6 years. So most of us look at economic stability based on a job. Plain and simple. There's only way you know to make money is to go work for a company, and that company basically pays your time for wages. So you become a wage slave for the rest of your life. You know, if you're in the military, you're going to wage slave until you get your 20-year retirement check. And then you're going to go find another company to do the same damn thing, because that's the only measure of wealth or means of access that the average person has. The average person never looks at the BNI side of the quadrant when it comes to investment strategies, or when it comes to the financial matrix. You know, the everyday worker stays away from BNI, business, ownership, and investment within various different platforms that allow you to reap the benefits of compounding. And those are the areas that I tend to focus on. I'm constantly looking for smart areas where I can invest money from work, see it compound, because compounding is the fourth wonder of the entire world. You know, mathematics works beautifully in whole number compounding. So if I can start with 10 and take 10 to 20 and 20 to 40 and then 40 to 80, so it works very well if you can position yourself to invest in some sort of compounding matrix, compounding or investment situation that allows a system of duplication to position yourself further, faster. And that's what a lot of people don't think about. So the everyday person goes to work, basically ad hocs their debt to get whatever they want in life. You know, you're living on a credit card, you're living in the red, and none of your money that you make from work actually gets allocated towards investment and towards positioning yourself so that it pays you. You know how to get paid from a company. You know how to get paid from a job. But when do you start to learn, to implement, to execute your money paying you, or the results from something you spent your money on paying you? That's what's important, and that's what people are not out here talking about. Because if you want to think about getting ahead, it's not about making more money. It's about reallocating the money that you currently make and spending it on something that's going to put money back into your house. It's actually solely about spending money on assets that appreciate over time and that provide you with a payment outside of the wage slavery that you're used to. So if you set up your wages to pay you in residual income that's not tied to your salary, then that's when you begin to win. And that's what I talk about, because it can truly help people to change their life. It could help people to create additional income outside of what you make at work. It could actually position you to be more successful in this economy, as opposed to holding your hand out. We're in a welfare state where people love to hold their hand out and expect the government to take care of you. Well, everyone's been basically lulled into this government welfare state where you feel that they owe you. The military owes you. The disability owes me. The check that I should get from Social Security owes me. When do you owe it to yourself to reallocate your funds in some sort of capital gains situation that benefits your future? When do you take personal responsibility for investments that allow your money to get a job, allow you to appreciate long-term, and then basically reap the benefits of compounding? So I talk about it because other people don't talk about it. I try to present things from a everyday people standpoint in a normal conversation so that people can somehow wake up to stuff that they're not interested in, somehow participate in successful income strategies. You know, at some point you have to grab the reins of your future by making some different choices. All of this stuff is about choice. And if you don't implement choices that allow your money to work for you, then how are you going to get ahead? Begging for access, knowing that your job is not going to give you more access, is not the way. Relying on welfare is not the way. We need a bootstrap mentality, an entrepreneur spirit, where, you know, you go to work, you know what I'm saying? If you have a decent job where you're making enough to have spendable income, then take that spendable income and make your money get a job. Concentrate on duplication systems that allow you to participate in compounding. Really focus on appreciating assets, and be disciplined enough not to only spend money on liabilities that take money away from your house. So hopefully it's possible to get through. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Because I think the bloodbath is going to be horrendous when a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to do these things, and we find ourselves in a situation where we're hungry. So I don't want you to be hungry, because then you're going to pick up a weapon and do something because you can't eat.